Good morning, guys, and welcome to this flight. I'm sitting in the Learjet 35A by FlightSimware, still in FS2020, and I'm taking the plane from Sedona in the Red Rock district to somewhere up north, which is going to be Page, Muni. And the thing that's going to be special today is that this is a non-towered airport, so any IFR clearance that has to pick it up will be picked up by the approach controller and not the tower controller or the ground controller, because there's none here, so you have to do that by the approach controller. So this is roughly the flight from Sedona, runway 03, starting to the north here. No SID, so we'll get vectored by ATC, probably to the Flagstaff VR, from there then direct north up to Cayley or Sealay, which is the initial fix for the RNAV of runway 33 into Page. So let's have a look at the chart for this airport, and as you can see, there's a AVOS frequency to get the weather. We'll listen to that later on. We got Prescott radar, which is a flight information system, I think, and the Unicom Zeta frequency to advise people taxiing around here in the airport, and Phoenix departure, which is the departure or approach controller where we are going to pick up our IFR clearance. So that's roughly it, so nothing fancy about that. So let's get this body started. First, battery 1 and 2, primary secondary inverter. Make sure that we have the AC volts by the inverters and that the DC volts, well, you can see it's only 25 volts because we don't have the GPU at the moment. So let's get the GPU going, otherwise we're going to lose power within a second. GPU, and let's open up the shades while we're at it. So, and looking much better. We have DC volts are now 28 because we have the GPU running. So, battery 1, 2, primary secondary inverter, then autopilot, radio altimeter, avionics master. What the heck is that? Like so. An emergency battery standby, then hydro pump. Hydraulic pressure is building up. Make sure that the parking brake is set. Flap set, takeoff. Hydro pump off. Install warnings can come on. So then let's have a look at the frequency here in Sedona. Listen to the AWOS first, the automated weather observing system. I think that's what it is, right? Nothing coming out there. Okay. Then we'll set Unicom in the active frequency, and then we're going to go and listen to departure controller. So actually, we are listening to the Zeta frequency, so we should be able to hear this guy here lining up on runway 03 and taking off. Should be. So we'll see about that. So AWOS here is a different one, so let's set that, in this case, 119925. 119525. Still nothing. Back to CTAF, and the approach controller will be 126375, 126375, like so. See if somebody is around there. 126375. Phoenix departure November 24 Alpha Lima, Learjet 35A down in Sedona with the weather. Request IFR clearance to Page, please.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by. Alpha Lima, clear to page, radar vectors, Flagstaff, then is filed, climb and maintain 8,000, expect flight level 24010 minutes after departure. Departure on 126.375, squawk 4722, released for departure, clearance void if not off by 2354 Zulu, time now 2339er.
Cleared to page, radar vectors to Flagstaff, then is filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Expect flight level 24010 minutes after departure. Departure on 126.325, squawking 4722. Released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 2354 Zulu. Time now 2339. November 2 for Alpha Lima. So we got a quarter of an hour to get everything done. 4722. 4722.
Alpha Lima, read back correct.
Altitude reporting on. Then first clearance was 8,000, so let's set that. 8,000, and the local QNH here is 1022, so let's set that. 1022. Then we'll pick out a flight plan from SimBrief.
November. Request IFR clearance to Aspen.
Stand by for that clearance.
So Flagstaff is the first one, and that is all good. So we got 8,000, we got Flagstaff in the nav. Departure frequency is active, and
time now 2330, Piper 739 Bravo November.
we are good to go. Back to CTAF. Sedona traffic, November 2 for Alpha Lima, starting up engines, Sedona. Probably not the correct way to do it, but I'm doing it anyway. So, before we start the engines up, get the thrusters in cutoff, make sure nav lights and beacon lights are on, parking brake is set, cabin air to off, and pitot 1 and 2 and the icing systems off. Then right 1 to gen. At 10% N2 will go to idle. We got the fuel flow building up, we have the oil pressure building up. T's and P's in the green, got N1 rotation. Lights extinguished, generator mode, same thing with the left one, start. N2, 10% idle. Fuel flow, watch the pressure rising there, M1 rotation, and we have T's and P's in the green. Perfect. So lights extinguished, let's get those igniters on as we are done there. Pitot 1, Pitot 2, no need for, I think I don't need any windshield heat or any icing or de-icing systems today, but we'll make sure that the taxi lights are on for taxiing. Stall warnings are on. Get the seat belt signs set. Don't forget the trims to take off. Power up the yaw damper. There's no much. Yeah, there's enough fuel. Sorry. Then cabin air to on. We'll go today. I'm not sure what I filed for. Let's see what I filed for today. SimBrief, where's SimBrief here? $240. So that means we'll set 250. Like so. Temperature recognition lights on, and we're good to go. Sedona traffic, November 2 for Lima, taxiing to runway 03. Sedona I forgot in the end, so it doesn't matter. So, I'll just quickly review the charts. So we have CTAF set now, we'll go to departure, which is set there. Let's get this thing brighter, it's just a little bit too dark, like so. We get departure in standby, and we'll go runway heading initially, which is going to be 033, like so. Let's set that 033. 1, 2, 3. We'll go radar vectors with heading, and I'll select to 8000 local QNH. And as soon as we passed, as soon as we're climbing, we're going to switch to departure and just make ourselves heard. Okay, let's taxi to runway 03, and we'll do that by, if it's going to load. Slow today. No, I don't know why. Not much better there. So, okay, we're gonna go full length alpha to alpha 8. Make sure the steer lock is on. Parking brake can come off, and we'll disregard these two things standing in our way. So, going up on alpha, it's cleared on the left side. Going full length, alpha 8. And while we're taxiing down the taxiway, let's get the before takeoff checklist briefed. LAF Dikapara. L is landing lights. We can turn all these things on, strobe lights and landing lights now. A is the airflow, so all the pressurization systems and the cabin air are on and set. Flaps takeoff, set. Trims are takeoff and set. I is icing systems, we have them off today. Then C is crew alert system, and we set the seatbelt signs as on. Lafty car air ignitions are on. Pitot 1, Pitot 2 is P, and then air are the reversers. And we are good to go. Nobody on the final. Sedona traffic, November 24 Alpha Lima is lining up runway 03 for departure to the north, Sedona.
On runway 3 remaining. 4,400
Takeoff
feet.
power set. Holding that center line here. VR rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Flaps can come up. Yaw damper can come on. Contact departure. Phoenix departure, November 2 for Alpha Lima. On runway heading 6,000 for 8,000. Beautiful views here, guys, over the Red Rock district in Sedona. Look at the Red Rock.
For Alpha Lima, Phoenix approach, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 200, turn left, heading 360. Vectors to Flagstaff. Then as filed.
Left heading 360 vectors for Flagstaff, and climb flight level 240 November 2 for Alpha Lima.
November 24 Alpha Lima, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Climb and maintain flight level 240 November 2 for Alpha Lima. So 240 levels, although we are in the States, we should stay until flight level 180, but I'm going to do it anyway. Standard. Go through the clouds here. Line lights can come off. Air ignition's off. And he gave us Flagstaff, so we're going to just go directly Flagstaff. Nav. And since we are in a Learjet, we're going to speed this climb up a little bit. Try and stay within the limits here at the temps and the speed.
Departure, Rescue 180, requesting flight following. We're going to be doing medevac drop at Verde Valley Medical Center.
Okay, so what's happening here?
Over to 134.55.
Almost a Flagstaff. Let's get from Flagstaff. We're going to go to Sealay, and that's going to be our pickup fix for the RNAV of runway 33 up in page. Runway 33, RNAV 33 by a Sealay, and as soon as we've reached our level, I'm going to brief that approach into page. Busy sim brief today, a lot of planes flying around here. So what mountains do we have here? What is that? Passing Flagstaff. This is Flagstaff. Schultz Peak at 10,000 feet. Doyle Peak, probably one of these ones. Doyle Peak maybe here.
Airport at 7,000. Okay, Sedona Airport at your 6 o'clock 1 mile. Change to advisory frequency approved.
About reverses we don't need at the moment. Thousand before the altitude. Make sure we have alt select. Leveling off. Okay, so why don't we set the RNAV in the procedure page, approach RNAV 33, and then we're going to use Sealay as a transition.
Contact Albuquerque Center on 128.125.
128.1.5, 125 November 25 Lima. 128.125, was that it? Albuquerque Center, November 24 Alpha Lima, flight level 240 inbound Sealay.
November 24 Alpha Lima, Albuquerque Center, good afternoon.
Seems to be pretty windy up here. We've got 64 knots of crosswind. Okay. While you're seeing here how we're grabbing this course, so let's listen to the ATIS over in page. Is there one at all? Let's have a look. Waypoint info, airport. Page is already set automatically. Frequencies we have Let's listen to the ASOS 120625, 120625. See if anything on there.
3017. Density altitude 3700 feet. Page Municipal Airport. Automated surface observation. 0953 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 4. Dew point 2. Altimeter 3017. Density altitude
3017.
3700 feet. Page Municipal Airport. Automated surface observation. 0953 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10.
So 3017 is 1022 hectopascal.
Clear. Temperature 4. Dew
4.
point 2.
2.
Altimeter 3017.
3017, which is 1022.
3700 feet. Page
Okay.
Municipal Airport. Automated surface observation.
Okay, so that is all good. So, what about our approach? We are on our way to Sealay. Still got some 59 miles, so we have some time to approach this charge. It is RNAV runway 33 in page. We have a final course of 336. Kadri is going to be our final fix or something like that. Is that true? Maybe, not sure. If you can call it that as, yes, well. According to the Maltese Cross, this should be the final fix at 6,900. Let's make sure we have that in the flight plan. Kadri 6,900, that's all correct. Then we have a localizer performance with vertical guidance. Descend flight level 190 November 24 Alpha Lima. Speed and altitude select. So
November 24 Alpha Lima, descend and maintain 11,000 feet, altimeter 3009er.
down to 11,000, altimeter 3009er November 24 Alpha Lima. So 11,000. Like so. And what?
24 Alpha Lima, Roger, descend and maintain 11,000 feet, altimeter 3009er.
This is weird, right? Altimeter 3009er, and it's completely different here. So this have to report the bug. I'm actually just setting 1022 when we get closer. So 11,000 is set, altitude is selected. Yes. So localizer performance with the vertical guidance is a precision approach, but it's an RNAV 1. Airport elevation 4,317. So let's set that here, 4,300, like so. Then we're coming by a Sealay, which is here, and Ikama is the intermediate fix at 8,200. Then stepwise down to Kadri 6,900. We checked that before, which is the final fix, and then a couple of more waypoints down to the runway. And this is where we're going to pick up our glide path, not glide slope. Glide slope would be an ILS-1, and glide path is the one we talk about when it's RNAV approach. LPV, decision altitude is 250. Set that, 250. Like so.
November 24 Alpha Lima, contact Denver Center 125.675.
125.675 November 24 Alpha Lima.
JetBlue 6388, Albuquerque Center. Good evening.
Denver Center, November 24 Alpha Lima. Good evening, descending through flight level 170 for 11,000.
November 24 Alpha Lima, Denver Center. Good evening, page altimeter 3009er.
How weird. Page altimeter 3009er, November 24 Alpha Lima. So, CLA at well, let's set 8,200.
November 24 Alpha Lima, contact Albuquerque approach on 127.55.
Approach on 12755 November 24 Alpha Lima. Albuquerque approach November 24 Alpha Lima, descending through flight level 150 for 1000.
November 24 Alpha Lima, Albuquerque approach. Good evening, page altimeter 3009er.
Page altimeter 3009er, November 24 Alpha Lima. Not sure what this thing means. Okay, that's better. Well, it's not.
4 Alpha Lima, turn left heading 330 vectors for the RNAV runway 33 approach.
Left heading 330 vectors for the RNAV runway 33 approach, November 24 Alpha Lima. So left 330, we're descending to flight level, no, to altitude 1000. It's all good. And now we'll actually go to localizer mode. Actually not needed, I guess, since it's an RNAV. Not sure there actually. We'll see.
Sky conditions. Clear. Temperature 4. Dew point 2. Altimeter 3017. Density altitude 3700 feet.
Not sure why SayIntentions give me a different altimeter. Okay. Captured 11,000. Try to keep the speed there. And we'll wait for further instructions. Over the ridge here, it seems to be pretty windy. What kind of ridge is that actually? White Mesa. And that makes sense that there is turbulence here, since the wind is coming up from the left side up here.
November 24 Alpha Lima, proceed direct IB. Descend and maintain 7600 feet until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 33 approach.
Proceed direct IB, descend, maintain 6,700 until established. Cleared RNAV, runway 33 approach, November 24 Alpha Lima. So 776. First we go direct Derby. DIB. Activate. Go to nav mode, like so. Then we'll go down to 7,600. And speed mode. And I'll select, don't forget. me being dyslexic here, having the wrong altitude. Corrected now. So flight plan, we're going to Daibi and then
Speed 250, please.
250 knots November to Alpha Lima. Getting awfully close here. This for sure is not correct, guys. This is not correct. This is completely wrong, right? Yeah, it's completely wrong. But so, we're gonna keep surfing the desert here. So, Brian, you said that everything works fine to 99.8% yesterday in your talk, but it's not really true, right? A lot of things don't work, but I guess that's in the nature of developing a software which is so complex. So trying to stick to 250 there. Let's get ready for the approach.
3465 Tango, just off of page 4,800. We'd like to pick up our IFR clearance to Winslow. I'm working on that clearance. Stand by. Direct our road, then I filed about 3453 and ident Cardinal 65 Tango.
Next one's going to be Kadri. We're way too low here.
November 24 Alpha Lima. Radar services terminated. Page Airport at your 12 o'clock 14 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Squawk VFR. Report cancellation of IFR or missed approach this frequency.
Page Airport 12 o'clock, 14 miles, it'll change to CTAF, squawking VFR, and I'll cancel IFR from now, November 2 for Alpha Lima.
November 24 Alpha Lima, roger. Radar services terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
122.8. Page traffic November 24 Alpha Lima on the RNAV runway 33 approach. So Kadri has to be 6,900. We are all already lower down. And we'll see if we pick up something here. No glide slope at the moment. We are on nav mode. Nothing like... Just continuing. There is a glide path showing up. And in GPS mode, glide path is captured. Okay, cool. So that seems to work fine here. Gear down, flaps 20. We're on the CTAF frequency, we got local QNH, we got all the lights set. We're ready, guys. Flaps full. Page traffic, November 2 Papa Lima, short final runway 33 for landing. Yaw damper can come off. And when we have landed, we'll take a left on Alpha 2 probably.
Approaching runway 33.
Autopilot off.
Page traffic, experimental 8 Lima November taxiing to runway 25. Page.
Lake Powell behind Page. Steer lock on. Page traffic November to Papa Lima, vacated runway 33, taxiing to the ramp via Alpha. And we're going to go all the way down to Alpha 2 and then take a right. Yeah guys, different flight today. Non-towered airport, picking up an IFR clearance from the departure approach controller with SayIntentions that worked perfectly. With one small thing that wasn't correct, the local QNH was not matching up with what I've seen and what I've got. So, only thing that has to be complained, and rest was cool. SayIntentions are getting better and better as we speak, and the voices are getting better and better. So, Brian and team, great job, well done. So, let's get straight and park next to this baby here. Shut down engine 2. Taking a left turn here. Welcome to Page. And guys, I hope you enjoy the flight, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.